we see a second stimulus check, and what'll happen to those enhanced unemployment dollars that expired at the end of July? These are a lot of questions that lawmakers right now are still trying to hash out on Capitol Hill. And joining us this morning, we have certified financial planner Tony Drake from Drake & Associates joining us virtually. Thank you for being here.
Great to be here virtually, at least.
Yeah, virtually for now. So let's talk about the latest on Capitol Hill.
Boy, it's tough. I mean, the Republicans and the Democrats can't seem to come to terms. But, you know, at times I think it feels like this political game in Washington, D.C. But we have 30 million Americans that are losing their $600 a week extra unemployment that we got in the CARES Act back in March. So for a lot of those Americans, it's no joke, and we really want to see some spending. We just saw a really ugly GDP number. For those aren't familiar, that's a measure of how the economy is doing, really the biggest drop in history. So it's really important that Washington gets its act together and helps Americans.
Now let's talk about the two proposals on the table. What would those look like?
So a couple different proposals. As you can imagine, the Democrats have about a $3 trillion proposal that they proposed earlier in the spring, and then the Republicans came out with their answer to that plan back in July. So very different from a spending standpoint. The Republican bill is only about $1 trillion. One thing they're in agreement on is about another $1,200 stimulus. So that could go to a lot of Americans, but a big disagreement on this unemployment booster, if you will. The Democratic bill wants to continue the $600 per week, where the Republican bill wants to take that down to $200. So a big difference in that weekly income for folks that need it.
Okay, and then as far as your suggestions, you know, what can we be doing right now with our money as we wait to see really how things unfold here?
For folks that are in a really tight spot, you can borrow from your retirement account. We really don't recommend that. If you do it, you want to make sure you have a plan to get that money back in. But in the CARES Act, they waived the 10% penalty for up to $100,000 withdrawal from, say, your 401k or retirement account. But again, that's money that's now not working for you. So you want to try to avoid that. Always a great time to look at your budget. I really recommend people have a budget with some extra unemployment, and then create a second budget where you take that extra income out, see what you might be able to shave out so you can make it and get by. Hopefully folks have that 3 to 6 month cash cushion at the bank. Really helps in these tough times.
All right, Tony, always good to hear your insight. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.